Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early July 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about these beautiful Libras in early July. What energies, insights, messages can we share with our good friends here, please? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra. Please, my guides, talk to me. What's going on with my good friends in early July? Let's get this first card going. And Jack's being a little more specific than it normally is for you guys. That card always pops out. Okay, Eyes to the Future. This could be really, really nice. It's a very imaginative card. We have our Little Mermaid herself, Ariel, coming out for you. And I always think that this is an intriguing card to start off any reading. I haven't been seeing much of her lately, but she just started showing back up like last week. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. Now, I'm sure most of the individuals watching this video have seen The Little Mermaid like 10, 20, 30, 100 times, right? So this card does have a lot of similarities to that story when I see it. So we see Ariel, she's like half in the water, half out of it. Her head is in the clouds. Now, to me, there is a lot of beauty here. There's a lot of happiness in this card. There's a lot of comfort as well. But a big thing I always think of is she's not just looking at her current circumstance, but where she wants to be, where she wants to go, what she wants to do. So in this time, it could be very important for a lot of Libras to maybe look to the future a little bit. Start making plans, start making strategies. That could be very important when this card is here, because even if you're in a good position right now, it's nothing wrong with trying to better your position, if that makes sense. Now, another thing I always think of, obviously, with her head in the clouds, there's a lot of daydreaming and thinking. I know air signs have very active minds, but this feels a little more water sign-like. So just know, like, you might have certain things on your mind. You might be in la-la land a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Could even be fantasizing. But we're just going to leave that as is. Let's get into tarot, all right? Because I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Let's see what we have for our lovely Libra friends in early July, please. And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I was picking up on a delicious energy for the Libras. The reading was titled A Massive Win, but I'm telling you, it's one of the better, more prosperous energies that I've seen in quite a while. So I'm hoping you did have a win, right? And I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's business, interpersonal, you name it. There was a really good energy of possibilities around you. So let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you. Pardon me, frog in the throat. Okay, let's see what we have here. I mean, we could be seeing your vibe or someone else's. You know how it goes. All right, 3 cards for my lovely Libras. Ooh, quick. Judgment. Wow. All right, that's an energy that starts out of nowhere. Okay. I feel like this energy is coming on very, very strong. It's like extremely sudden. Okay. We'll talk about it. It doesn't have to be a bad thing, of course. It could also be karmic. Let's get 2 more. Thank you. The complete opposite. All right. And I mean, Libra energy is known for its duality, correct? I mean, for a lot of you that are knowledgeable about astrology and zodiac placements, Libra energy is all about the duality. That's why the yin-yang really represents you guys from time to time. So we're seeing that duality right here on the front end. Let's get 1 more. Total opposite. All right, 10 of Swords on the back end. So that is something we are definitely going to want to take a look at here. All right, because it could be something that's unresolved. Now, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, it's a little disjointed, the energy so far. I'm going to be honest with you, Libra, because we have this strong, powerful judgment where it's like, go, 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 change, change, change. It's like pedal to the metal. Very explosive energy as well. Then we have this screeching halt of the Knight of Pentacles, where it's not doing nothing, where it's just like stomping on the brakes. And we got this Ten of Swords that we need to really look at and resolve on the back end, because that could be pain. Maybe some of you are going through certain things that are a little unpleasant, but I want to go through piece by piece, because I feel like there's a lot of things that could be within here, whether it's one situation or whether it's multiple. We're going to go through it together, right? So let's go piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have Judgment. Now, this is an action card, one of the fastest, more powerful action cards that there is in the whole entire deck. So when we see Judgment, we could think of decision making, we could think of choices, we could think of change. Sometimes this card will show up when something pops back up, right? Like either when something goes away or something pops back up. So I can say that there might be either a situation or an individual that might pop up or return in this time. Something you might have thought was settled might reemerge in one way or another, but it could also just represent change in one form. Now, aside from that, it could literally be making judgment calls. I'm not really sticking to that now, but this is extremely Plutonian and it represents change, metamorphosis, transformation. So we'll want to dig into this further. The challenge of the Judgment card is that it could be very sudden, it could be very explosive, it could be very much out of nowhere type of energy. So whether it's situations that are popping up or you name it, there could be something that kind of like comes out of really the blue. Now, moving to the center, we have the complete and total opposite, because the Knight of Pentacles does none of those things that I was just discussing. So whether you're wanting to change something, whether you're wanting something to stay the same, maybe it's a mix of both, who knows? But the Knight of Pentacles is earth sign energy, very predictable. Now, all Knights represent action. This is the slowest one. If you're not connected to a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, when I see the Knight of Pentacles, it's like slow and steady. It's barely moving, if moving at all. It's like at a snail's crawl. So hopefully this isn't a situation that's a little sticky or something that's a little hard to resolve, because I mean, slow energy isn't always bad. Sometimes it could be good. So a lot of you could be going through an adjustment period of some kind. You might be going through a recovery period when I see it in the center of these two energies. So that's very possible. Like some Libras out there, you might just be in a time where you're recovering or recuperating from something. That could be the case here with the Knight of Pentacles. But again, we're going from such hot energy to such cold. It's like super hot, super cold. So you see the duality we're looking at here. We're going to want to get more detail from this for sure. With the positive aspects of the Knight of Pentacles, it could be very thorough. It could also be communication and talking. So with the Judgment, Knight of Pentacles, it could be a message or a talk. But a big thing I always say with it, it can be frustrating. Okay, specifically for fire and air sign energy, because we like action, right? Now, moving to the back end, the Ten of Swords. Now, this card, if you watch tarot, you know what it means. I mean, it's not the easiest energy. I would say in this time, be kind to yourself, be careful with yourself. This could represent pain, it could represent endings, it could represent injury, you name it. It's an uncomfortable type of energy. And I always say it's on a spectrum. This isn't always anything like super major. It could be something minor that's uncomfortable. It could be something from the past. It could be an ending or a loss from the past that's bothering you in this time, that's for sure. But we're always going to want to have a warning with this card, because you might want to walk lightly when the Ten of Swords is in the mix, that's for sure, because it's not easy to work with. One thing I will say about the Ten of Swords, it could represent having nowhere to go but up, which is a really good thing, where it's like, okay, well, something has reached where it is going to reach, like it's fallen as far as it's going to fall. There's nowhere to go but up from here. So that could be a good thing. That could be stabilizing, because we go from Judgment to the Knight of Pentacles to that, where it's like, okay, now we're going to start bringing this energy up. I want to dive deeper on all of it, though. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what we have for my lovely Libras. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Judgment. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see what Judgment has. All right, yeah, the deck is trying to talk already. Let's get it going. Where's Judgment here? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, All right, so for a lot of you, watch out for any unexpected expenses or financial issues or tensions involving finance or money, because I do feel for some of you there could be a tense energy around that or even work situations. So that's an area that you might want to highlight, because surrounding this judgment, this upheaval energy, is two pentacle cards. Just want to point that out. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, again, earth sign energy, usually in the upright, abundant, overflowing, very sturdy, very stable. In reverse, it's like extremely unstable. So for some of you, this could be an explosive change or something that came out of nowhere. So for some people, this could be someone you're connected to that feels like their foundation has been rocked or feeling a little insecure about something. So there could absolutely be an energy or a shift of energy that has made you feel like you've lost your footing a little bit, if that makes sense. Or if that's not you, that's how someone you're connected to might be feeling here. I feel like it's very simple, straightforward. So once again, this could be an explosive or unexpected change we're picking up right here on the front end. Just be wary of anything financial related, anything tied into finance and work related things as well, because that feels more prominent. If that's not the case, long-standing energies could be shifting in a powerful way. So let's move over to the Knight of Pentacles. Again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? Change could be uncomfortable sometimes, but it's not always a bad thing. Let's see what the Knight of Pentacles has to tell us, because I feel like this is where the energy could start to stabilize, hopefully. Let's see. Let's go in on that Knight of Pentacles. Why is it here? Okay. Yeah, Page of Pentacles in reverse, though. So notice surrounding judgment is all of this pentacle energy. Now, the Page of Pentacles in reverse could absolutely talk about some miscommunication. If there's someone you're not really speaking with right now, or you're not really seeing eye to eye, I think now is not the right time to really talk something out, if that makes sense. And that might be a very niche message for some of you. But the Page of Pentacles to me is usually communicative. It's talking, it's expressing itself. It's also learning new things and all that good stuff. So when it shows up in reverse underneath the Knight of Pentacles, there could be something that has kind of come to a halt or a stop. Okay, or there's something where it's like, okay, things were moving along and then the brakes hit, like I've been feeling since the beginning. So keep that in mind. There could have been something you've been making progress, and now it seems to have come to a stop. But if that's not the case, when I have the Knight of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, although you might be facing certain things, now might not be the best time to discuss them, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you're not really talking to someone, that might be for a good reason. Or if there's a problem or issue you want to address, now might not be the greatest time to discuss them, because I feel two people on different pages here. Let's keep moving. We're not going to get stuck. We're not going to get stuck because this energy in the center screams to me of miscommunication. Okay, so let's see why the Ten of Swords is in the mix. Let's see if that's something from the past, if it's something coming up, because I've been having my eye on that Ten of Swords for quite a while. So what is going on with the Ten of Swords? Thank you. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. All right, so it might take a little time for something to get back to normal. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse underneath the Ten of Swords. Now, the Two of Pentacles, Libra energy, Libra card, usually it's very harmonious. Could also be somebody that has a lot on their plate, of course, but the fact that it's in reverse underneath the Ten of Swords, I do feel that if not you, there could be someone in your life right now that is really grappling with a difficult situation or problem. I can say this, especially with like the screeching I feel here in the center, and now the Ten of Swords on the back end. A lot of you could be going through big endings in this time, okay? Whether it is with work-related things, business things, or even interpersonal relationships. Notice that all the clarifiers are Pentacles in reverse. That all links to upheaval. Okay. And again, change isn't always easy. Sometimes it's a process, especially with all this pentacle energy here. But this is not an easy energy to adapt to. So again, I'm just going to say for a bunch of Libras out there, there might be certain things and chapters ending in this time, and it's not easy. That's just how that feels to me. So let's go through and do a quick recap, because this energy is kind of making me a little sullen right now. It's getting me a little, but it's what I'm here for, right? Let's go through and do a quick recap. Only take it if it's yours, of course. Remember that. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have Judgment with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I did say this could be a big upheaval. Could be an unexpected or surprising change, or an explosive one, or just something that comes out of nowhere. There could be somebody that's feeling like they've lost their sense of balance, or they're on shaky ground. There's not a lot of confidence happening. Moving to the center, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now might not be the best time to really talk something out or to try to communicate, because this feels like big miscommunications here in the center. So I know Libra energy is generally a problem solver. You always want to help make things better. But right here in the center, it might not be received that way in this time. Okay. Moving to the back end, we have the Ten of Swords with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And as I said, it's like all this along the bottom, all the pentacles are in reverse. We go from Judgment to the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of you could be experiencing endings in this time, and they're not easy to really cope with, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure it makes sense, right? So it's a energy to watch out for in the coming days and weeks. Like, try your best to just calm, steady, easy as it goes as you move throughout the week, especially with all this pentacle energy upside down. Watch out for work, business, monetary related things as well. But of course, it could be anything. Please take a screenshot of that, Libra. Let's get you a shadow card. Let's see what's in the shadows. Total opposite of what we had for you last week, that's for sure. That energy flipped. So let's see what's in the shadows, Libra. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this moving. What do we have here in the shadows? Thank you. Tower. Okay, so it kind of fits the theme of everything we've been seeing within the reading this week. I would lay low this week, my friends. Okay, in various different ways, because you know what the Tower is now. Whether you're dealing with one already, the Tower is almost identical to what we have here up front with Judgment and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, right? Because the Tower is shocking, comes out of nowhere. So the fact that it's in the shadows, Spirit might be telling you, okay, Libra, maybe you want to lay low this week, or just take it easy, take it calm in all the different areas of life. Now might not be the best time to really purposely try to shake things up, because if you do, like, you might not be foreseeing the results or the fallout. Okay, now a portion of you, this is Scorpio energy. Whenever we have the Tower, again, shakeups, change, or the name of the game when this card, whenever it shows up. And not every Tower is a bad Tower. Maybe a current situation you're going through right now, the end result isn't quite what you expect it to be. Maybe it's going to turn out different than you perceive it will. That's very possible when this shows up in the shadows. But I would still say, when this shows up in the shadows, if this isn't something that you're currently dealing with or something from the past, Spirit is telling you, like, hey, just take it easy, lay low a little bit this week, Libra. So yeah, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The link is down below. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of another one of my favorite decks, the Wizard's Tarot. Absolutely beautiful and works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, since I have the travel bug lately, let me know down in the comments what is the most beautiful place you visited in person. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.